Wars no longer begin with tanks or troops. They begin with interest rates, with exchange rates, with the quiet decisions made in boardrooms instead of battlefields. A single line of code in a central bank system can now do what armies once did: cripple nations, redraw borders, and decide who eats and who starves. This is the new battlefield: invisible, silent, and global.
The first great currency war did not begin with a declaration, it began with desperation. After World War I, the world was drowning in debt. Nations had borrowed beyond imagination to fund their wars, and now they were broke. Britain, once the center of global finance, devalued the pound. The United States clung to gold, trying to hold its empire of paper together. France and Germany retaliated with their own manipulations: printing, hoarding, defaulting. This was not economics, it was financial warfare. A war fought not on the battlefield, but in the balance sheets of nations.
In 1944, as the world lay in ruins, the victors met in a quiet town in New Hampshire. The meeting was called Bretton Woods. Officially, it was about rebuilding the global economy. In reality, it was about control. The United States held 2/3 of the world's gold and used it as leverage to anchor every currency to the dollar, and the dollar to gold. For the first time in history, money itself became a hierarchy, with one throne at the top. The empire of paper had found its crown.
In 1971, the United States broke the last chain. President Richard Nixon closed the gold window, ending the dollar's link to gold. Overnight, the world's currencies were unanchored, floating, uncertain, and vulnerable. But America had a plan. If the dollar could no longer be tied to gold, it would be tied to something even more essential: oil. In secret deals with Saudi Arabia, Washington ensured that oil would be priced only in dollars. Every nation that needed energy now needed the dollar. And so a new empire was born, not of armies, but of invoices.
Every empire believes its foundations are unshakable. The United States was no different. With the petrodollar in place, America could print what the world needed, and the world would send real goods in return. Factories moved overseas. Debts became the new export. Trillions were created from nothing, feeding markets, bubbles, and wars. Wall Street replaced the battlefield. The sword was now the spreadsheet. But the greater the leverage, the greater the fall. Debt had made America invincible until it made her fragile.
When money dies, it does not die quietly. It takes trust with it. Prices rise, savings vanish, and the invisible glue that holds society together begins to melt. In ancient Rome, it was the denarius. In Weimar Germany, the mark. In Zimbabwe, the dollar. Each time, people thought they were rich until they couldn't buy bread. Inflation is not an accident. It is a policy, a silent tax that transfers power from the people to the state. And when that trust finally breaks, the collapse is not just financial, it is moral.
Collapse is not the end. It is the clearing of the field before something new can grow. Every empire that falls leaves behind a blueprint, not of wealth, but of lessons. After Rome, Europe rebuilt with faith and craft. After Weimar, Germany rebuilt with discipline and industry. After every inflation, there comes a hunger for truth, and a return to real value: gold, labor, trust. These are the foundations that endure when paper burns. The reset is not about systems. It is about people remembering what matters.
History does not repeat, but it rhymes. Gold becomes paper. Paper becomes promises. Promises become dust. Yet, through it all, one thing remains: the human belief that this time will be different. But history whispers the truth. It never is. What rises will fall. What collapses will rise again. The cycle never ends. Only those who see it clearly can step outside it. If you understand the rhythm, you no longer dance to its tune.